What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So I want to give a big shout out to Scorpio for informing me of this. And this is truly a joyous day and a long time coming. Sweet Lou Hudson has posthumously been elected into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. This was a long time coming. I've made videos talking about why it was a shame. No, not a shame, an outright crime that he had not been inducted into the Hall of Fame. When you look at some of the players that are getting in, some of the players that uh, are rumored to be so-called locks, why Sweet Lou Hudson, one of the great players in Hawks history, had not been inducted, it puzzled me. And it's only, the only thing about this situation is that unfortunately he's not here and won't be present in the physical form to be formally inducted. He died back in 2014 at the age of 69. Lou Hudson played 13 years in the NBA, 11 of them with the Hawks franchise. He played in both St. Louis and Atlanta. He's one of the best scorers, one of the best shooters, one of the best pure shooters of his era, averaging over 20 points per game during his NBA career. I believe he was a six-time All-Star. His peak years were between 1968 and 1974. During that 6-year span, he averaged over 25 points per game. Remember, this is before there was a three-point line. You can only imagine how many points he'd be averaging in today's league. Um, he shares the Hawks record for most points in the individual game. He shares it with Dominique Wilkins, and he shares it with Bob Pettit. It's 57. Although I have a sneaky suspicion that one of these days, it might be very soon, uh, Trey Young's going to break that mark. You know, considering how many shots these guys take today, the amount of threes they take out there, and free throws, that record will probably be broken eventually. Um, One of the knocks on Lou Hudson is that the Hawks were not a powerhouse team, and that he often did not perform in the playoffs at the level that he played during the regular season, and they did not have the greatest playoff success when he played there. Now, one thing that does get lost in history is that there was one particular team that he was part of, the 1967-68, excuse me, the 1967-68 St. Louis Hawks. The last year they were in St. Louis, that team went 56-26. A really good record. Lou Hudson only played in some 45, 46 games that year because he served in the Army. This is before the voluntary draft. And many people believe that had Lou Hudson played full time that year and had been able to be his normal productive self, that team may have won a championship that year. That's one of the teams that um, in history that may have been robbed by fate, but we'll never know. We'll never know. But it's incredible to see Lou Hudson in the Hall of Fame. When he retired, he was the 11th all-time leading scorer with 17,940 points. Of course, he's fallen way, way down that list as the decades have gone on. But he was one of the best scorers in the league when he played. So those of you who have any historical knowledge of Lou Hudson, tell me what you guys think. Even if you don't, just tell me what you guys think anyway.